What up, guys? Welcome back to Base Damage. This is podcast number 22. We're getting on up there. I'm actually really happy about that. With me today, this is Kool-Aid. With me today is
Joe Spo,
Timmy,
and Mr. Dead Sea, who, by the way, is the winner of our first tournament. Not play game. Yeah, that's just interesting watching the little sound thing. First of hopefully many. Basically, it was also kind of a test thing because we wanted to see like if it would work out well and whatnot. So yeah.
Well, if you think about it, we got first, second, and third place in here.
It was only 4 people. How are you gonna get like first, second, fourth, and third place?
Well, Matt kind of quit.
He dropped from the tournament.
Yeah.
Straight up. He dropped
He
from the
was still
tournament.
in it, so technically.
But you and I have something planned for that, so no problem.
that is true.
He dropped from the tournament, but he has a chance to get back in.
Exactly. We are going to offer him a redemption challenge, and to get back into the next tournament. And don't worry, this is already planned out. If we can get everything straight for it, this will be interesting.
But because I won, I'm automatically out of this tournament.
For the next one, you were not in this. You were not in the next tournament that we do. But you're on the planning committee.
You get to overlook the rest of the warriors as you sit on your throne.
You guys are fucked. That's all I gotta say.
We're not letting you be judged. No.
Oh no, I don't care about that. But
okay.
the amount of rules I'm gonna give y'all.
Yes,
Okay.
fight my Weiss puppeteers, fight! Dance puppets,
Dance.
Straight up. Oh god.
Try your 4-color card builds.
And it works somehow. You know, just, well, damn.
I got you beat, sir. Okay, sure, I can do it.
Let's see how you like fighting with no zeros in your team.
Wait a minute. This isn't going to go anywhere.
No level 3s.
You are a horrible dictator. I can deal with no level 3s. I can deal with that. What? I'm just going to borrow Elite 4 at that point.
I'll just play Jules. They
don't
have threes.
Ownership first. Ownership first. Sorry there, buddy.
But what about your money?
Possession is 9/10 of the law. So if you somehow happen to be missing that deck by the end of the day. Anywho.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna help you build it.
There you
That is
go.
true.
But so yes, congrats. And what are your thoughts as far as the tournament? How well did it play out to you? How did your deck run, etc.?
I got really lucky.
Okay.
That's just straight up. There's several moments in the videos where you see me just like that actually worked. Oh wait, you've got 6 climaxes already dead. Okay. And it's not just you.
Yeah, it was.
It's not just you.
I was
It
also
happened to him
dying.
too.
Actually, that's a good point. These are the 2 people you played against.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point. Didn't
Yeah.
consider that.
So, yeah, was very scared of the other Timmy here because I thought Xenon was about to wreck me.
He didn't realize. He didn't realize it was the Asuna Yuki that you were running.
Right.
And he was
when
like,
you played the
And
first
then when I
level
played
0,
Child Austin,
I was like, what the fuck? And then I started seeing the Zekin Yuki, and I'm like, oh, it's not Xenon. Oh shit, it's the Mill 11.
yeah. he was like next worst threat, type thing.
Like, legitimately, I was more afraid of you because that was the second time I have ever played you.
That is true. That is true. And
So you didn't play him any today either?
No,
this is the third time.
Like, today was the third.
Amongst the last year and a half, basically, I've only faced him once.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And within the last month,
That
I've
month
played him twice.
Well, damn.
One was actually set up perfectly, and this one was just randomized.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that you had played him more than that. Wow,
Mm-mm.
that's
No.
interesting actually.
That's how our tournaments usually go.
Yep.
I play you, I play Matt,
Kyle or
and then
Andrew, yeah.
I don't even see him.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And then it's like the more people we used to add, like it was just
the only
less chance.
I've played him using...
You
he
played
was
me
using
Kill
Madoka.
Kill. Yeah, I was using Madoka.
He was
against
using
Kill Kill.
Madoka, using the Mill 11, and Jewel.
And then Joel, yeah.
That
That's
was a long
my
time
experience.
Well, I played Madoka like
That is my experience with
the
this.
end of last year.
All in the same tournament.
No.
No. He's just talking
I'm
about
talking about
the 3
overall
times I've
Oh, I
in
thought
played.
you were
my
saying-
career
I
of
thought-
playing Vice.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Those specific decks. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to add up all the decks in my head, and I'm just like, wait, was that all in the same? Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Our duels cross time zones. He is fucking Kai, but I'm Yugi.
When the plot ends, we gotta fight now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. Just if your hair all of a sudden spikes up and just freaks the fuck out, just.
Oh, that means I become rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to build Timmy Land.
I'm sorry, that just doesn't sound right. I'm sorry. Okay, so we got that. We got the other announcement. One of the other two announcements being next Sunday, because we're recording this on Sunday.
Yeah.
March 5th. Our locals, our store, Blue Ox in Greenville, is going to be having a shop challenge. One of the 3 shops in North Carolina that's having the Bushiroad shop challenge. I know we mentioned this in the last podcast, but I'm just wanting to reiterate it for those people who don't know. And so that's probably will be like I don't even know how many people are going to show up for this, but this will be, because we haven't ever played in regionals, this will be our biggest quote-unquote Bushiroad event type thing.
Yeah, we're just getting that like this following year, so
Yeah.
So
at least at our hometown Blue Ox Games or our home store.
I thought we were not going to be able to get that. I thought Game Theory would have got it.
Well, I mean,
Speaking
once
of
we
which,
check
Check
first
that.
off you first.
Check that real quick. See if they updated it yet, because I haven't even thought about checking that at all. Because last time we even said they might be updating it.
What's up, Chris?
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt anything. I'm gonna be taking off, but you guys have a good night.
You too, man.
You too.
I'll message you guys. I was thinking about maybe next Sunday
Sure, man.
for the.
After the shop challenge. We were actually just
After.
discussing the shop challenge thing. So once we get done with that, yeah, we'll probably stop by and whatnot.
Awesome.
Hey, man. Take
Take
care.
it easy.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
It's actually a great segue while you're looking up that.
What did you want to know?
The other shops.
The shop challenge. Go to the English Weiss site and look at the shop challenge.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, like I
I'm
knew
up
once
here.
we got the ARG here for Card Fight last year. Was it last year? Well,
yeah,
it was last
technically
year.
it was last
I was like,
year.
well, I knew we're confirmed for Bushiroad events now because we weren't before.
Okay.
So at that point, I was like, it's just a matter of time before someone from Weiss, asks, and then he'll just be like, oh yeah,
well, no,
we
I
have
didn't
that
even.
coming.
No one asked. Like I thought about it.
I said it'd just
afterwards.
be a matter of time because he
Yeah.
hadn't posted anything about it. So
Yeah. But great segue since Chris just stepped in. While you're looking up that, wanted to give a shout out to Chris Cohn.
yes,
He is doing a charity stream on his Twitch thing for doing running a D&D campaign.
yeah, it's a bunch of he uses Roll20 for the tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and he
it's
does
pretty
like D&D campaigns over Twitch and Discord.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was off Discord as well. So that's actually good. If anyone who wants to.
Yeah,
get
he
in
uses
and listen
Discord
to
for the chat, so you can go in there and just hang with him. He'll ask you or answer questions that you have. All
Yeah.
that.
it. Pretty cool. Link will be in the description if you want to check out his Twitch page. And the charity that they're going for is the Children's Miracle Network Hospital thing.
I think so.
So if
I don't know how he's rolling over the months. If you want to get technical, this might be the last one. But since he just
well, no,
started,
he said they're doing a new one each month. As far as I know, this is still the same weekend.
well, yeah, no, I'm just saying I don't know how because technically this week starts March.
I don't know. We'll ask him.
We'll figure
This-
it out when we go to stream.
There we go. Check it out for yourself if you
Yeah.
want to know if I'm telling the right thing.
So
or
if you
not.
want to be at the end of the adventure before the new one starts, you get to see a test run. If you start now, it's a new one, so you're good to go.
I mean, I've seen D&D campaigns go over the course of months, like, meeting up once a week, and it still goes for months. So they'll probably just change up, like, the charity that they're going for. It's like, well, this is, like, the 4th charity. We're still in the same campaign type thing, so you never know.
I don't know what you're looking for, so
The shop
Go for
challenge, basically,
it's not saying anything.
it's not saying anything specific.
I don't know exactly what he's actually looking for, so.
Okay. But,
I'm gonna move your phone.
that
you
will
don't
be-
Oh, I
have
realized I
another
never
phone
talked
accident.
about my other opponent that I faced in the finals.
Don't mention it.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Yeah. I basically knew he was going to run Love Live.
well, of course.
He wanted to win, so I knew. I almost knew
I
what
got
he was going to
greedy,
run.
okay? I'm
Well,
sorry.
okay, basically, when I said at the
You
start,
were pretty greedy.
when I started the video that states that we were going to state who was running what,
Yeah.
I didn't tell. I told everyone, don't say what your build is. Just say the series you're running.
Yeah.
So
I knew exactly what he was running.
I think the next one we're going to say the build as well, so people can I
Understand
Maybe.
yeah.
and not think meta.
Well,
I mean,
Well, to be fair, I honestly think that we all, except for me, or except going towards me here, we all kind of knew what we were gonna run once we set our series. Except for everyone, I was a sleeper unit because everyone thought I was playing Xenon, and
Yeah.
then I came out of nowhere with that, and they're like, huh?
yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
But then it also came out of nowhere with 7 climaxes.
Is that your route?
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, it was interesting. So yeah, for the next one, we're definitely gonna be saying like, you could say it's based off of one particular character. If you want to say it's a waifu deck, I will let the players like say whatever the fuck they want as far as that.
I feel like if we have a deck profile listed too, we can also just say you can check out the deck
Yeah,
profile. and then,
good point.
Schmo's
To which I will.
Joe Schmo's channel.
We recorded Mr. Dead Sea's deck profile for the Nisekoi. No, I knew that was going to happen anyway. And that'll be posted up this week. I figured since I went ahead and recorded it, might as well go ahead and post it up just so people can know what the fuck he was running type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I basically said I was going to be running Nisekoi, and that literally runs into like maybe 3 decks. So.
I mean, it had a nice amount of cards that you could pick a lot of different stuff from, especially with the including of the extra booster.
Yeah, but even then,
Okay,
you're
so
essentially.
But the Weapon Eris got buffed like fuck from that.
It did, but I mean, you're talking
It
about
did.
Weapon Eris, Sweets, or like the Kosaki
Sweets
Marika
was like
thing.
9/10 of that. Like 99% of the Sweets deck is out of that extra booster alone.
Yeah, but that's mainly the 3 decks you build.
Okay.
Okay, so Blue Ox Games, wow, they can host 120 players. Is doing it March 5th. Little Akihabara is doing it March 18th. Then March 25th is Tier 0 Gaming. Tier 0 Gaming was the last one to be added, and they're in Goldsboro.
Okay.
But no game theory.
Yeah.
So
As of yet, but that like the
no, they're about to start.
No.
Yeah. It's literally
It's
starts
not
in
gonna
March,
be-
and it's gonna be too late.
oh wow,
So,
cool.
Yeah.
It's too late. I think it's actually too late
I mean,
now.
I know
They
at
might
least
also
back when I went to back when I talked to the game theory people, I know they did a lot of Japanese format there anyway.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is English Showdown. This is English.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
So that's probably
I
the
think
main
they might
reason.
not have been interested too much anyway, but who knows? I don't know if they do English format there.
Valid
in the-
point. I didn't consider
Actually,
that.
I think they just run Japanese format, don't they?
no, they have English.
A lot
stuff
of the
there, too.
times they will change it up, but I think some of their turnout is lower.
I think a lot of the player base is Japanese.
It really is. I mean, they still pick up English cards, yeah. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, they have at that point, you have a wider selection of stuff if you play by that,
Yeah.
to which
Yeah.
I kind of don't blame them. So,
True.
but to each their own. We
Yeah.
just do
Yeah.
English out here. So, let's see. With that, the Twitch stream, shop challenge, and our tournament. That's basically it I had for today. Bushiroad also dropped a lot of erratas. Like, a lot of erratas.
Only
for-
if you played Disgaea.
Yeah, I was like, there was like what 7 or so.
Easy,
Oh,
like
easily.
just off of Disgaea. It was
I'm
yeah, might as well
right
since you
here,
got your
so-
computer. But
Yeah.
they took stuff off of Disgaea, a lot of stuff off of Disgaea.
So I was looking at the dates or something. I was like, oh, some of these were like right before Christmas too, and
Yeah.
I never knew anything about them.
Yeah.
So.
Like all of a sudden, someone's like, "Oh, look at all these." I didn't realize they put all these erratas up for this stuff, and I checked it, and I'm like, "Holy crap! A lot of this is new."
Yeah.
Basically, the last one that I remember them posting was for a Maki from Love Live.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
But that was a while back. That was the last one I remember hearing about because
Yeah.
people were actually.
I know a
posting
lot
it
of this was some of this was Kill la Kill too.
Yeah,
There were 2 Kill la Kill cards.
Yeah.
One
And
is
Kill la Kill's been up
literally from a trial deck.
Yeah, one's from the trial deck. I remember that.
It
Kill la
switches
Kill has been up
trade.
for fuck ever.
I mean,
It was like it was the shit when I got in.
Yeah.
Like when I got in and fucking when Gun Gale dropped.
I
like-
still kind of want to build a Kill la Kill deck, but it's like non-existent now.
Essentially.
Do you want to run Elite Four one day?
No, not
Wait,
no.
wait for that. Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill
re-edit. you
re-edit.
know? To which
Power
I am.
upset.
Yeah, I know, right? I am hyped for that.
Yeah.
SAO re-edit set, just straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me see. What's the? Because all of it's 2/23/17.
Yeah.
Let me see. So that's 1, 2. Scroll down until it's not 2/3/17. 2, 3,
So-
4.
1 second. I got to scroll quite
There-
a ways down.
Yeah. It's
Oh
just a
gosh,
lot
there
of
is
stuff.
more than that. Okay.
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
116. That was Project Darkness.
So that was the last one.
Okay.
That was
So the last one was the last one that I do remember. Well, good point. I didn't check the website, but I just people were already saying like I saw it on the Bushiroad Facebook. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, BCW Project Darkness, doesn't target your characters for that.
I take that back. The last 2 that were posted were February 3rd. Those
Okay.
were 2
Oh, yeah,
more
yeah.
Disgaea cards.
okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't get any announcements from all these. I only got the recent one for the 2/23rd.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, I kind of understand where there was errors on. They essentially took from about 4 packs. I want to say it was at least 3. I want to say it was 4 different packs.
Probably.
Sure, you're trying to fit a whole bunch of different packs fit into just one gigantic booster of how many cards? Like a fuck ton of cards. It was
It's quite a lot.
it was as much as like it was almost, I think it was more than the first Kantai set, like straight up. And the first Kantai set was fucking huge. So
Yeah, that's pretty big card
So-
number-wise.
I mean, it was. I can understand trying to pick and choose from every, or maybe I don't even know about pick and
It
choose.
was somewhere around like.
But it was a lot of cards, and I can understand where clerical errors will come up.
Yeah, I
In
think
that-
somewhere around 200 cards or something like that.
But like you pointed out to me, one of them they put the wrong fucking color.
Yeah, actually, since I'm up here, I
Yeah,
actually
might as
go
well.
find it.
Right.
But it's also like umpteen, like this guy came out months ago, and now people are just now apparently going over it and going,
Yeah,
like,
like Overlord Laharo and his vassal Etna.
we're supposed to be what?
It was supposed to be green.
And
It was
it came
printed
out-
as
It was
red.
printed as red, yeah.
They saw Laharo and just automatically assumed. Granted, there is some Etna stuff that's red, so, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still just all of a sudden, oh, we fucked up on like these 10 other cards, and it was just random.
It messes up a lot too for errors because they always like put at the bottom, you know, it's gonna be fixed in like future printings. But like if you decided to buy a box like the next couple weeks, you still might get an old box because
Yeah.
stores haven't bought new product.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't be able to like solve it yourself immediately.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're gonna swap out old sets for the new set because
Right.
Yeah. That's like with Two Love Rue with Project Darkness. I want to be able to get the errated versions of that, the changed
Right, I'm like,
text.
because
Yeah.
it matters a lot for cards that actually do something 100% different.
That
Yeah.
From
exactly.
the errata.
That is very specific, and trying to tell someone else otherwise, they're just gonna be like,
Yeah. At that
no,
point-
check it up online. But they're like,
At that point, I feel like they should release important errata cards as like promos, like shop promos, so you can
I
like
mean, they
enter them
could.
and then like replace it instead of
Okay.
having to buy the set.
okay, no, I like that idea. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I entered a tournament, I'm playing it as errated, whatever. Oh, I see the new promos. Oh, it's the card that got errated. I'm gonna take this. So that way,
That would be an interesting way of doing it.
right? And then also, because that also present a secondary market, and you can also just buy the errated one just from people like, oh, I have too many of these promos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
that also,
that's another thing. If you buy singles online, there's no guarantee you're gonna get a
Right.
currently errata card.
yeah,
You're basically gonna get whatever.
completely valid point.
Right.
Doing it through as the
And doing
shop
it as like a
version.
promo, you'll be like, oh, this is the promo version. I know that's the correct format.
Yeah.
especially like off the code, and you'll know, and it'll be cheaper by far. Instead of
Yeah.
we're just gonna put this as a promo, and whatever thing could drive the price up if
Right,
people
yeah.
want that. But no, doing that as the shop, I like that. That would
Yeah.
be really cool. Hey, Bushiroad, if you want to get the copyright from this idea from us,
Yo, Bushiroad, man. If you need
They
a
could-
PR guy,
They simply
Timmy's
could
got
not do
you.
that because of Disgaea. There are too many cards they'd have to give
Yeah,
out.
valid point.
This guy would have like
For
an
this-
entire set of promos though.
For Disgaea, it was like little changes in punctuation or where stuff started and ended, to which, okay, maybe that somehow affected the rulings. The color thing, completely different. Project Darkness, completely different. The Persona card that Kyle has that is
The
a
wrong
climax is completely wrong climax. That's supposed to be not a
Completely
draw.
wrong.
It was a draw 2K and a soul, but it's supposed to be like a green stock from the waiting or blind stock and a +1 soul across the board.
Yeah, like
Should have been
something
that.
that's like completely different card.
Exactly. For the more serious ones, I could see that. That would be really cool.
By the way, I won't stop you if you just want to put that, out there. You might as well start reprinting Persona at that point. I mean,
Okay, now you're asking
Persona re-edit.
Persona.
I'm down for that.
Just anything that you
And
want.
everyone
Fairy Tale
that has
re-edit.
Lapras already is
Fairy Tale
just
re-edit.
going to hate you.
I don't care.
Well, I mean,
The
if
dramatic
they did-
build up to that. Just
If they did do a Persona re-edit though, they could also just redo like 3 and 4 in Arena because they already had
And
those sets
Golden.
in Golden, yeah.
Yeah.
And then put them
valid
all-
point. That would be.
Yeah.
And then put them
God,
all into their own little set, and then.
And you'd have another Disgaea set where everything it's like a
Yeah.
fucking huge set, and you never get any of the stuff that you actually
Well, see,
want.
they can also
I'm
put
okay
that.
with that.
They could also
And effects
put
would be
Persona 5
different.
into that as well.
I'm okay with that. I am perfectly fine with that. Because it would throw Persona Q in there as well.
Q.
True.
Okay. So yeah, we might go over all of the specific errata cards in a separate video one day, or I might make my own little quick video just to be able to post up one day. I don't give a fuck. One way, shape, or form, it'll be talked about.
Right.
Specifically, I know it's taken us about 20 minutes to get to this point. but a lot of other stuff we wanted to kind of
Topic of the day here.
fill in for the thing. But the actual topic for today was talking about public knowledge. Continuing on the past two podcasts where we talked about cheating, other ways to things to watch out for to avoid being cheated, stuff like that. You know, in regionals. Yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
Anywho, I figured it would be appropriate in talking about what stuff to watch out for in talking about public knowledge, so that anyone new to the game, anyone who is getting into really these rules will apply to most.
This applies to all competitive card games, and
Straight
even
up.
semi-competitive card games.
Oh, you know this card game has a regionals. There is something pertaining to this for in some way, shape, or form. But basically, to touch upon it, if you don't know what we mean by public knowledge is the specific information that both players are allowed to ask for at any point in the game, and you can first and foremost number of cards in your opponent's hand. Like, I know some people will just, ask it too many times, but it is a thing that's completely, totally allowed. A lot of people get bugged about it, but it's...
I mean, I change my play if my opponent has 7 cards in hand compared to if they have none.
Yeah, but you also don't have to sit there and say cards in hand.
Yeah, you don't have to say it like every 20
7?
seconds.
Okay, cards in hand.
It's like,
7.
I've literally
Cards in
had
hand.
people try to ask me... yeah.
Yeah.
Judge?
I've literally had people ask me that in the middle of me reading effects, like long ass text of effects.
Oh, like I know that has to be annoying in Yu-Gi-Oh!
And I would just pause, pick up a dice, flip it over to the appropriate number, and place it on their side of the field and go, "That's the number. I'll change it when it changes," and kept reading the fucking effect.
Right.
Like I was just people would do that, and I'm just like, stop. I know it's supposed to be a thing, but shut the fuck up while I'm reading.
Right.
Like, but I
Sorry.
think it was purposely meant. I think the people were purposely trying to do it to trip me up, type thing.
Yeah, to make you read
Yeah.
the wrong effect
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
I'm just
Or
like,
say the wrong number of cards in hand, just
Yeah.
to be
I just
that guy.
I was reminded of how cancerous the community for Yu-Gi-Oh is.
very.
Very.
I was waiting for someone to go like.
That's our input is very.
I was waiting for another word to be.
We're
brought.
agreement. We're in. We are
agree.
agreement. We are.
Like-
Yeah.
Okay, mini rant. This guy, we were sitting there watching Avery play Force. He made a new deck to counter someone. We were watching. He comes over and he's
That
like,
guy.
He's like, yo, man, you heard like Force is gonna quit up, man, because someone's suing them,
Oh god, the guy from 10 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, him. Like,
What?
he literally. I'll
Is this
tell
like
you
one
who
of the
it
people
is.
out there playing the miniatures things?
No, he was there for-
He's a Yugi player.
He's a Yu-Gi-Oh!
I will
player,
tell you
yeah.
who it is because
Okay.
I know who it is.
He was
Oh,
hanging
we'll
with
deal with it.
Jawan and them out there.
We'll deal with that
And
after.
Like,
Okay.
and he's like sitting there saying all this shit, and I'm like, dude, first of all, I know for a fact you damn well don't play the game. Second of all, you keep talking out of your ass, and
I was like, you
fucking-
kind of sound stupid right now, to be honest with you.
But
like-
he just kept going and going and going.
Yeah. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that I've seen over the years have been some of the more egotistical assholes than I've ever met.
No, this man's just dumb as fuck.
So this
Yeah.
guy's just
No.
Hey, Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Like I said, did I stutter? Did I fucking
Did
no.
I stutter?
Stutter.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, no offense to anyone who has a stutter.
I was like, now, disclaimer here, we're not addressing every Yu-Gi-Oh player, but we just have a
that's
problem
not.
where we are right now.
Exactly. Our community is. Anyway,
The good ones are drying up.
very much.
agreed.
So this kind of goes back because if there's, I don't want to say people are dumb, but if they're dumb asses, let's say that they keep doing that.
I'm sorry, a lot of people think they can just watch the fucking show and know exactly what they're doing. I'm talking, okay, it's one thing if a little kid is out there
And normal someone's blue eyes.
and normal someone's blue eyes with no tributes. Sure. It's one thing if a kid is making the mistakes, they're a kid.
Yeah.
It
It happens. Except that one kid who picked up a BA deck and topped in
We
that
don't-
one
We
regional.
don't talk.
No,
The link in the description below. Go back to that.
he's not
podcast.
a Yu-Gi-Oh
Alright.
player. He's playing with money.
Exactly.
His
Okay,
parents' money.
That's whatever. But,
He's
okay.
doing something with it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing
Kids
something.
going places, that's for damn sure.
Helmet is helmet. It doesn't matter who's wearing it.
That's true.
Eh.
That's true.
I don't know. Green Giant wears a helmet. I'm gonna move. You know, I'm just saying, you know? I don't know why that's the first thing that popped in my fucking head was a Green Giant. But that's whatever. But yeah, no, it's one thing if a little kid's has watched the TV show and all of a sudden it's like I want these cards, to a grown ass motherfucking adult that is just completely and totally
Middle-aged adults.
middle aged adults that just have just don't read anything. Don't read RTFC.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm now just imagining this grown ass dude just coming in. I play the Dark Magician. Did you tribute? No.
What?
Nothing that bad, but
Nah.
imagine if you have a card, they don't even want to bother reading because there's a wall of text.
No, back in the day when I was starting, the answer you would get from that is, "Nah, dog, you straight." And they just keep trying to go about their turn, and I'm like, "Whoa, you fucked up. Nah, dog, you straight." They just keep, I'm serious. I'm serious. That's the shit that I would get. This dude just would say, "Nah, dog, you straight," like 18 times. And I'm just like, and it just I pick up.
Nah, you straight. Polymerization. Freaking
Stardust Dragon.
Stardust Dragon.
Start just throwing stuff in the field. Start discarding
you
stuff.
use
Nah, you
anything.
straight.
That's a
Okay.
synchro monster. Nah, you straight.
For real, you get it. Yeah. That
Solemn judgment. You pay your life points. Yeah. Nah, dog, you straight.
That's what I'm saying. It's what it comes back to is just people just being completely and totally just
Dumb.
fucking ignorant. Yeah. Okay, but continuing on it, yes, there are people who would fuck with, trying to fuck with you in the middle of reading something and, say, oh, number cards in hand? Sure. Keep an eye out for that. But, like you said, Timmy, you change your plays based off, am I going to try
based
to...
off of public knowledge alone. Your
Yes.
play can go into 5 different areas.
How much resource do I want to spend and
Right.
try to dish out to try to push for something?
Yeah, it also tells you, you've got 6 gone, and that becomes public knowledge. That tells you, okay, I can just go ham and just play 2 souls.
Exactly.
The big thing with that,
Yeah.
as I'm thinking about, is card fight. That's a huge thing.
I mean,
'Cause-
card fight is huge.
And
as
same
well.
for Force of Will, because some cards, if you have a certain amount of cards in hand, you can do this. And
Right.
depending on how many stones you have open
Yeah.
and how many cards you got, it leaves you opportunities to make you think.
Yeah.
I know the level 0 for, what is it, Elite 4?
Uh-huh.
I mean, he gets his effect based off of having 5 cards in hand.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I mean, at that point, I basically say, I have 5 cards in hand or X cards in hand.
Yes.
His effect is active.
You force it to be public knowledge.
Right.
Like,
because
I'm
you're...
telling you, dumbass, I have cards in hand.
Exactly. Straight up.
And if I have 7 cards in hand, I specifically say, and fold out the cards, 7 cards in hand, I am at hand size limit, your
Right.
turn.
Like, I'll even take time on one day just to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done.
Just straight.
Yeah.
You know what it is now.
You kind of fold
Don't
out like
ask
the whole
me.
fan thing and just kind of do the haughty bitch laugh. Just,
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here.
whatever. Yeah, just...
And then I stack it up, set it over to the side, and say, go ahead.
Exactly.
And then we know just from like watching, I know I've seen a lot of it in YCS. I saw it in a couple of card fight streams. I saw it in a singular Weiss stream that I watched that one time, where like they're not gonna keep their hand fanned out, especially if it matters. Like they'll kind of just
shuffle it.
they'll either shuffle it and only be shuffling 2 cards out of like the 5 in their hand, so it makes it seem like you have 3.
Yeah.
Or they'll just put it in a corner somewhere and be like, "That's turn." It's like, how many cards you got in hand? I don't know, like 4. And you're like, pick up your hand. Count it.
Yeah.
I've had to straight tell people that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like you put your hand down, but pick it back up.
yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing
Pick
10.
it up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially since you know their entire last turn was like, play this level 3, draw 2, use this ability, search. And it's like, well, how many cards do you get out of that? Like 2. You
Yeah.
just drew 3 cards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I already know you're wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. I've done that before where, it's like, I got 7. Mind if I count? And I'd count it and it'd be 8.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
nope. Discard 1. Yeah. So, number cards in hand. Another one that I guess applies more to Weiss Schwarz than most other card games, mostly because of Weiss Schwarz having refresh, is the number of cards in each player's main deck.
Yeah.
So, you got to watch out for that. You go, okay, well, you have like X number of climaxes out, but you have this many number of cards left.
It
in deck.
matters for every Bushiroad game, honestly, except
Yeah.
for Buddy Fight.
Except for
Doesn't
Buddy
matter
It
Buddy Fight.
honestly counts for Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, too, because of...
Because of grass is
Lawn
greener.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because certain cards that do bring it in, like a while back, people didn't fucking care unless
Yeah,
they were
no one
specifically running a deck out deck.
Yeah, and at that point, you're just going through, okay, how many cards? All right, mill.
Need a worm.
Mill.
Need a
At
worm.
that
Mill,
point, you're
mill,
like,
mill.
you're gonna keep playing cards and hope you don't get warning or judgment. eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for Weiss, you can do it, and also once again change up your plays how you want to play, or
Yeah.
I know that you have you this many climaxes out, but you have 20 cards left in your deck. A lot of this damage is going to stick, and you can push for plays.
Yeah.
Right, like-
and it really comes into play late game when your opponent gets the deck gets real low.
Exactly.
I mean, that can just tell you to, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and swing for three
Oh.
characters just to get you down to...
You're at one you are at one damage left in your clock.
Yeah.
How many cards you got? Okay, well,
Right.
So it helps you know when to push and when not to push if you can get your judgment based off of that. So always a good thing. For Weiss Schwarz, the next one would be each player's level and clock total, because you always can just say how many cards in your clock. If you can't exactly see it, I usually try to keep a clear count of it in my head as I'm going. For other games, it would be current life totals or life points. Since since Weiss isn't based off of that, we got to work off the cards in the level and clock.
Right.
That's cool.
I mean, also cards in the level matter a lot more when the experience mechanic got introduced,
Exactly.
because that's actually saying what number of levels do you have in there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it becomes more important.
Because that's the difference between like an 8K monster compared to because I'm experienced, I have
Now I'm
10,
12.
10K.
Yeah. Shout outs to Matt. One of the specific Umis that he has in his Umi deck works off of having Happy Maker Umis in the
If you have
in
two
the
or more Happy Maker Umis in your
level. She gets huge.
She gets plus 4,000 and another ability.
That's what I'm saying. It just it
So I'm a one cost 12,000.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
never let your always check everything. Never let your
Yeah.
opponent just say, yeah, my experience is 10.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
what?
it also counts for color as well.
Since when did you do that?
Right. Exactly. Color checking. Like if you see the whole deck
I saw you
fucking
look at me.
mono, yeah.
I saw you look at me.
Hey.
See, I glanced at you for a hot second, and then I remember all the times Corey would be the one to do
Corey.
it.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, Corey, if you're listening to this, just saying.
But-
Yeah, I remember all the
that's
times
also
like
important.
only a red
really is.
played a whole field of green, and then at the end you're like, wait a minute, you
Yeah.
couldn't do that.
Hold the fucking phone.
That was a weird beep I heard, didn't you? That beep?
I know,
I
right?
heard a beep.
No.
Heard a beep? Heard a beep.
Anywho, I'll go edit a beep in on the.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was hinting at.
But let's see. Then the number of / the contents of either player's. I'm just saying discard pile, because I'm kind of making this out to any.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
game player.
Yeah. Waiting
That's
room,
a good
graveyard,
term for it.
Waiting room,
memory,
graveyard, memory. Yeah, especially
banished zone,
Spanish zones.
exiled.
It's banished in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Banish has a different term for force. So
And force is removed from game.
Yeah.
Removed from play.
removed from play. It was removed from play for Yu-Gi-Oh! For fuck ever.
Yeah, until they decided, we needed a better word for it,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
understandable.
Well,
Yeah.
good point. I wonder if they changed that when force started getting big, because
No. Force wasn't out when they changed that.
Because for MTG it was exiled, as far as their terminology for it. So I was like, well, I don't understand the.
Because the force banish is just send it to graveyard.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know what discrepancies came about that require the name change.
I
but
think
that's
they
whatever.
just wanted to have a simple word for it, so they don't have to spend a solid corner of a card text saying when this card is removed from play.
Admittedly,
Yeah,
banished
shorter
versus
word.
removed from play.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 words versus
Less
1.
words.
Yeah, less
People
words,
still
more
don't understand it.
Exactly.
less words, more room to write another
What does
brick wall of
Microcosmos do?
text.
They just need to take it off the Comic Sans font, just.
Yeah.
And then obviously, because I cannot push the RTFC issue enough, the effects of any and / all cards effects currently face up on the field. Face down, obviously you gotta worry about that for Weiss Schwarz unless it's markers.
But even then, at that point,
You
most
can't
people
check
don't
your
know
markers
either.
anyway, so.
I mean,
A lot of markers are usually like top
Blind.
deck or
Yeah.
blind, so your opponent won't know either.
yeah, a lot of the
There are
times.
certain ones that say grab a particular card from
Yeah.
like
Grab
waiting
a
room
card from the
or
waiting room.
from hand.
Yeah, to which point you're showing that to your opponent beforehand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But, when it comes to markers in general, because you can't check them as far as I know, right?
Just the amount, I believe.
Yeah, you can check the amount, but you can't check what the card is. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I just had a thought.
Go for it.
What's up?
Go ahead.
The other week when we were talking about one of the rulings that got instituted, and I mentioned the fact that you can't take notes.
Oh, yeah, that one? Yeah.
I just thought, not for markers, for stock, because the person has to reveal it to show crit triggers and whatnot.
Yeah.
What the person's sitting right there and writes down the name of the card, or just level 3, or climax there,
Right,
and
right.
just writes the order down. Now it completely
It makes a
totally-
lot of sense now,
It
right?
makes
It makes a
sense.
lot more sense.
You'd be able to.
2 podcasts later.
Yeah,
finally
exactly.
hits him.
It clicks.
It literally does. I'm sorry that it took me that fucking long to realize. but I've never had to do that. I just try to keep track
I mean,
of
it's good to know
finances.
because it's kind of on topic as well. Because for that moment, when you check it, it is considered
public
within the
knowledge.
public knowledge that
Yeah.
that card's face
This
up
is
right
what
now.
let's go in there. Hold on one second. I have to make certain that writing down while you're
Yeah.
trying to say, is that really a crit icon? The
Yeah.
soul
Right.
icon.
So it doesn't matter, but
They draw
you
a
can't
sketch of the
take
card.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you start doing blind stop bullshit, and they're just going, fuck,
They're like, oh well,
yeah.
Get rid of the whole thing. I was about to say the only time you can check those counters is when you're getting rid of the monster, and then they're all going to the waiting room.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm talking about just number, like
Okay,
like your
overall,
Nico.
no. Yeah, no,
Because
you can't check.
she gets bigger.
Yeah.
Sucks dick,
But
but you can't
you-
check.
You can say how many. You can
How
confirm
many
the
are
number of
underneath her.
markers are underneath her. Yeah.
That's the only thing I.
So at that
Talk
point,
about.
the number of cards in stock. I didn't think to write that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Note taking on
Yeah.
stuff that's in the stock. Okay, now that just makes sense to me. Holy
it also
fuck.
it also matters too when you're if someone searches for a card, when they have to reveal the card they search, you can be like, oh, that went
Yeah,
to
that's
hand.
in your hand.
That
Now,
went to hand. Put
yeah,
it back.
yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to be like, oh, I forgot about that backup and I forgot what's in his hand. Notes. Oh, he has like 3 backups in hand.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go ham.
That's why I like the little effects that state you get to look at your opponent's hand in Weiss Schwarz. There's like all like 4 or 5 that I personally know of, and I'm just
Right.
like, okay, no, this is cool. Okay.
Yeah, and then imagine that person taking notes because you have all that in hand. Okay.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I just
Okay,
look,
so you're gonna start changing next turn. Okay.
I just
Okay.
quickly look for backups, what the backups are, and
Like
the
I'm pretty sure
climaxes.
that's legal in force, but at the ARG, I had to take note of my entire hand like twice.
What do you drop?
He's dropped Scorn of Dark Alice, which is look at your opponent's hand, choose a resonator, and discard it.
Oh, okay.
So
He
I
pulled a duress.
fanned out my hand, and then he's like, all right, cool, get rid of that, yeah. And then he's like, takes out this notebook and just the fastest I've ever seen this man write in my life. And he's just like, boom.
That's what
And then
happened with
when I
MTG.
play it, he
Yeah.
crossed it off, and I'm like, draw. And he'll put like a 1 next to it. Like he just doesn't know there's a card in my hand, but he knows there's the +1 of whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool, Scorn again. Replaces that 1 with the name. Put it back. I'm like, okay, that's getting slightly annoying. But, it's legal, so I can't say anything.
This was AR. You said ARG or
ARG, yes.
was it a money tournament?
No.
Okay, I didn't know how. I know some ARG things they do money tournaments for.
Yeah.
To which people get fucking serious. So
They put on their try hard pants.
hey, that damn truth. But yeah, cards face up on the field. Nico, knee. And never ignore back row. Always check every single time your opponent drops something back row. Hold up, what foxes do? Read it.
Right.
And you
'Cause
always check power. Always check effects because
Yeah.
I don't
that's
care
just
if you have
important.
to ask for power twice or 3 times in a turn
Yeah.
before you make your play. Ask it.
Yes.
and make sure that
'Cause I have
powers don't
played-
switch.
I have played people, and it's not you guys, but
No.
like just like random people who we usually get sometimes. They'll tell me 1 power, and then I'm like, but that card says during your turn. Oh, power. This power. Then I'm like, cool. Swinging. What's her power? Says a different number entirely.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
30
I'm gonna calculate this myself.
Yeah.
I've had that where the person will untap their stuff, ask me, okay, what's their powers, and I tell them, and they go, okay, draw. What's their powers? I just told you. There's nothing. There's not. If it was like
Yeah.
at the end of my turn where certain buffs will be lost, that's a different story. Sure.
Yeah.
But it's still within the same. It's not changed over the course of their turn where I play 1 card. What's their powers?
But at
Okay,
this
well,
point,
play
it
this.
doesn't hurt to double check.
Draw
I mean-
1 card and ask again immediately afterwards. That's the point I'm saying.
I
Yeah.
know, but
I mean, at this point, we shortcut it enough to where we say like, oh, what is it gonna be during my turn?
yeah.
Exactly.
Like we've shortcut enough to say that
To
now.
check
yeah.
multiple times in a turn, I have no problem with, but it's the immediate only
It's like
one factor has changed, and that is an
Yeah.
additional card
Yeah.
in fucking hand.
Yeah,
So-
it's like the moment you just have drawn and nothing else has changed but you drawing. It's like, why would you ask again?
Yeah.
Unless I have a card that says it gets power based off of the cards in your hand, then I would
Sure.
mind you asking.
Agreed. No,
But like if there's
completely true.
nothing that says that,
Well,
then
I
said
why
I
would you
know
ask
of.
it
then?
would also open up what cards you're going to clock yourself as well.
I mean, okay. I mean,
I
I don't know
kinda,
how-
but
okay.
I mean that's the only way I can think of it. Because if I see something like, take the red alien build
Then- and
that
that-
pumps itself up to
Yeah.
infinity and
But
beyond.
to that point, you should wait, draw. Okay,
You know
ask
what?
powers,
Yeah.
then choose to claw.
You know
But
where I would
Sometimes people get ahead of themselves.
you know where I
Valid
can see that happening though? Again, referencing back to the experience mechanic.
Yeah.
After they draw and they clock to draw again and level up, that could be a change of power right there.
Yeah.
Agreed, right there. Valid
That could be an
points.
entire change of power. That deserves to ask
Shit.
like what's going higher.
Shit, I've seen that happen mid-battle phase. You know,
Yeah.
just straight up, okay, well, I dealt, 2 attacks, deal this damage.
Yeah,
And
uses
shit
effect, clock for the effect, climax combo. Oh, hey, I leveled up. Experience happens.
All of a sudden,
They're 2,000 stronger.
I've had that where
Yeah.
all of a sudden I can't get over. I could get over a character 1 second, couldn't get over it the next. So
Right.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
understandable.
So like, as long as a deciding factor happens, then it's okay to ask. But you
Yeah.
can't just sit there. Power, cool. I play something in my back row. Power.
yeah, immediately afterwards. One of the other things, because you can't, once again, you can't really do this for Vice. This is going into side deck.
Right.
Like, okay, for Yu-Gi-Oh, you got an extra deck. You can ask the number of cards in that. For Yu-Gi-Oh, for MTG, you said Buddy Fight had a side deck,
Body fight is a side, yeah.
and Force of Will.
And force has one.
Each of those have a side deck, and because they do best 2 out of 3 more often than not, best 2 out of 3 for their tournaments for each of the matches. In between each of those, you can side and whatnot. To my knowledge, you've always been able to ask before and after what their side deck is. As far as just like before you side deck, how many cards do you have in there? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Before we start this game, how many is in your side?
Yeah. I mean, I've had that asked. I've asked that plenty of times, and it's a legit thing because if the number is different before and after, it has to be the same. You have to trade out the exact
Yeah,
same.
you're trading
number of
cards out. You can't add or minus cards.
Yeah, it's it's not like fucking Pokemon games where you say, oh well, I'm gonna
I'm just gonna box 2 Pokemon and never see them again.
exactly. And
Yeah.
no, you have to take back out the same number type thing from the main deck. So that's where I've caught people cheating like that, and I've caught
I've seen that on one
Other
YCS
friends get
stream too. And the judge is like, "No, you take a card out."
yeah, straight up. Unlike that other YCS stream where fucking judges sitting right there can't watch card effects and not realize, oh, they couldn't have played that to begin with.
I
Man.
saw that video.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, so stupid.
I don't know where you guys saw it from. I saw it from Cap G though.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, Cap G.
Yep.
Cap G.
Straight up.
Shoutouts.
No, I like the guy, but I'm not going to give him shout outs. I'm sorry.
Guy literally has a card that says you cannot add cards to your hand outside of your draw phase.
And tries
Plays
to
a draw card
and plays a card that would do
and
otherwise.
resolves it, uncontested.
I just like the opponent has anti-spell fragrance out and they're both just playing quick spells like crazy.
Oh my god, yeah, no. Maintain your motherfucking game state. At that point, they're both cheating hard as a motherfucker and not calling the other person out on it.
Yeah, it's like
Well, that's because they're doing the same thing.
It doesn't matter. The other dude should have someone cheated first at some point,
Yeah.
and the other dude should have called it.
see, what's dumb is that the person who played the card that prevents both players from doing it, he's over here doing it like he didn't play the card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He should have had his ass called out by not 1, not by 2, but by 3 fucking people.
I was like, there's 3 people at that table who should have said something about it, and none of them did it.
Exactly. So, outside of the stuff that we've listed, between checking numbers of cards, checking a lot of it's just numbers and totals of stuff. We might be forgetting some shit, but check each of the card games that you play and just see if there's other shit that we've missed.
Yeah.
Because I may be forgetting something. Mostly because
Yeah.
I don't play Vanguard. Chaos is another big card game that's apparently a big thing for
Yeah, it's
Bushiroad.
growing all of a sudden randomly. Yeah.
So it might have some other stuff that I don't know about because I haven't really messed with it. I've seen some really cool Chaos like cards for series that Bushiroad does, but it's cool.
Basically, moral of the day here: take some time one day to just sit and look at your competitive rule book.
Exactly.
Just look at it.
And I know that's not something people do when they get like a fucking
Like,
trial
if
deck
you
or
have a
structure deck.
If you have a question, no, not like the trial deck, like derpy guide, but I mean like the competitive rules.
Agreed. Okay, yeah. Not just beginning. This is what you do. This
Yeah,
is what.
like
this
if you
card
want to be
is.
good at a card game, learn all the phases of every phase you have in the game.
Especially because there's
Especially
so much
in Yugi, where there's like 9 substeps to like one phase, and you're like, oh,
timing rules and just
yeah,
everything.
mistiming.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to explain mistiming bullshit to people, and they're just like, I don't get it, and I'm just like, I don't know how to explain this. I just know that I'm
Question?
right. You know.
What's mistiming?
Basically,
Shut the fuck up again.
it's basically when an effect happens. Say something would on play, it summons something or it sets a card, something like that. If it's not the last thing to happen and something else goes to do something else, that effect doesn't go off.
Type thing.
Okay.
like here, I'll give
Loses-
you an
it
example.
Does
So
not go off.
I know this example perfectly just because me and Avery ran into it like 3 times now. Dark Lord Superbia. It's when it's special summoned, you can special summon another Dark Lord from your graveyard. Now, you play, I forgot which card it was. but you play one of the Dark Lord cards, which special summons a card from the graveyard. So you special summon Suburbia. Now, Suburbia normally would special summon another Dark Lord from the graveyard. But the spell hasn't finished resolving because at the end it says, then you shuffle your deck as an entirely different card. Or a different effect.
Yeah.
So, Suburbia misses timing because you have to shuffle after the effect's done, and then Suburbia's already in, so it can't miss.
Plus,
Or
a lot
misses.
of it for Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a matter of when this card is summoned versus if this card is summoned type thing.
Yeah.
That's where a big issue comes into play for a lot of stuff. I can't really think of like an MTG equivalent to it. Would there be a Force equivalent to it?
No, I don't really have things that miss timing. I do know that Force works differently than Yugi when it comes to like
Well,
cards that effects trigger in whatever order.
Yeah, like for Yugi.
Because like
yeah.
for Yugi, let's just say Sangan's my example here.
Okay.
So now correct me if I'm wrong here. Otherwise, this entire point matters or doesn't matter. Let's say you tribute Sangan
his is
and
if.
Billy.
His is if, to my knowledge, is if this card is sent from field to graveyard.
Okay, yeah. So I think it still works here.
Actually-
So let's say you have something that banishes a card for an effect.
Yeah.
So or sends it to the grave for the effect. My bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say I don't know any cards off my head, but you swing and then you sack Sangan for like an extra 1,000 damage or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Because that effect would be resolving to give the buff, and then
so in that situation, he will trigger first before Sangan, correct?
to my yeah, because it's paying the cost to be tributing type thing for whatever your hypothetical effect would be. Yeah.
Right. In Force, it works the other way around. So
okay.
Guinevere, I know Force cards a lot better than Yugi, so I can do this one a lot better. Guinevere is you can tap it, banish a card in your field to draw 2 and discard 1. And Rook Egg is when it's sent to graveyard, search your deck for a fire resonator added to your hand. So you would Guinevere the Rook Egg and you do the search first because that triggers first because it went to graveyard first.
Okay, I've seen that get brought up before. Okay.
Yeah, so then you would search your fire resonator, then draw 2, discard 1.
Okay.
Instead of the other way around in Yugi where you have to do that before you get your other effect off
Okay.
from the grave.
And basically, okay, between mistiming stuff, between keeping track, a lot of stuff be public knowledge, and keep track of that because if your opponent asks for it and you are not able to truthfully say what that number is, you can get judge called on your ass in a second, just straight up. Like,
Especially continuous effects too.
Yeah.
oh God, yeah, just straight up. It's an aggravation, but it's a necessary evil because it tries to keep things balanced out so that you can, keep track of shit and make certain your opponent ain't cheating your ass.
Because I mean, if you don't read the rule book, you're gonna get a judge called on you, and then you're gonna read that rule book anyway because they're gonna read it to you.
Exactly.
As they're carrying you from the table, they're gonna read it to you.
I know some of them just don't give a fuck about the damn rule book, but that's whatever. Technicalities are a big issue with a lot of that stuff.
Oh, definitely.
So. All right, but with that, any other closing statements?
Basically, if you have any doubts that something is not the way it's supposed to be, it's up to you to keep track of it.
Okay, I'm actually going to quote NCIS. One of Gibbs's rules from NCIS was if you think you're being played, you probably are.
Yeah.
So, always double check. I can't remember which rule number that is, but it's whatever.
I don't want to quote it.
It's all good. Yeah, I stuttered it like 4 fucking times. So sorry. Sorry. Anyway. Okay. Anywho, with that, we will go ahead and sign off for now. Thank y'all very much. Please like, comment, subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. It's Kool-Aid. We got
Joshua.
Timmy.
Are you gonna say it, or do I have to?
Moroku. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Dead Sea. Peace out for
Someone
now.
actually knows.
No, peace out for now.
RTFC.